Oh my gosh, somebody making fun of a president? That's never happened before. I'm so glad when George W. Bush was president, we didn't see people with banners with him with a Hitler mustache and plays on stage in off-Broadway calling for his assassination. No one's ever made president. I'm so glad when Lincoln was president, there weren't cartoons portraying him as an ape. Oh, wait, there were. Folks, it's a joke. That's all it was. You may not like the joke. Missouri, certainly the state has the right to fire the guy if they don't want the guy telling this joke, but the notion that this is somehow an affront to democracy or racist is patently nonsense.
Got it. Okay, all right, Zerlina, what do you think about all that?
I think that this is actually something that, sure, we're not calling for a march on Washington, but it's not funny. You know, this president has received more threats than any president in American history, and I think it's interesting that you compare it to Abraham Lincoln. I mean, are you sure you want to do that? I don't think so. So this president is hated by many in this country, and why would we want to encourage violence towards
Zerlina,
this president?
you don't see the humor in this, then?
I don't see the humor in it. You know, certainly it's not something that we need to be protesting in the streets about, but I think that you can have a joke that is in much better taste. This man has a family. He has children. We don't want to be encouraging violence towards this president that is already receiving 400% more threats.
Gotcha. Well, Michael, what was the violence that was threatened there?
It's getting rolled down.
Look, I didn't say it was a good joke. I did stand-up comedy for 6 years and made fun of all the presidents that we had. And if I'd been, threatened with government action like a Department of Justice investigation for every bad joke I told, I'd be a life prisoner right now. But it was just a joke. There was no harm done. And why is it different? Why did all the other mockery of the other presidents at a parade in the 1980s in Philadelphia, the guys who were sweeping up after the animals were wearing Reagan masks. They were scooping up horse poop in Reagan masks. And I don't remember a single report of people going, oh my gosh, you made fun of the president. This is America.
So you wonder,
you
wonder
like
if there's,
don't be president.
If there's a double standard.
Shot, which is interesting.
You know, you just wonder if this was a President Bush mask. I mean, we've seen this before.
Sure.
It was in Pennsylvania, 1994. Quote, the bull came out bucking. A dummy with a George Bush mask stood aside the clown. Propped up by a broomstick, the crowd cheered. Then the bull saw the George Bush dummy. He tore into it, sending the rubber mask flying halfway across the sand as he turned toward the fence. Zerlina, is there a double standard?
No, I think there's one.
Here?
I think there's one standard. We shouldn't be doing this with any president. I don't think it's appropriate for us to do it when it's the president of the United States. You can disagree with his policies, but why are we mowing him down with a bull? Why are we cheering that? That is not American.
Why did Jefferson and Adams have satirical cartoons mocking each other's manhood and suggesting that they were traitors and having sex with the French government, members of the French government, case of Jefferson?
Because that was a different era. That was a different era.
I'm sorry. There's only one difference, and that is the double standard. As you call for suppressing speech, as you call for limiting speech, because that's what the left does. You don't believe in free discourse. You don't believe in free speech. You believe you get to talk and everyone else shuts up.
No, I don't believe that.
So W can be called on to be killed, and nobody cares.
No, I don't believe that. I think that a president that is receiving 30 threats every single day, the Secret Service is overstretched. We maybe don't want to make jokes about mowing down the president with a bull. I think that we can do things that are more creative and smarter.
So the lieutenant governor is a Republican.
Make a better joke.
There's a Republican lieutenant governor who denounced the stunt and demand that the governor, a Democrat, Jay Nixon, hold people responsible. And Claire McCaskill called the incident shameful.
And I remember all those same quotes when it was happening to W, H.W., Reagan, Clinton.
I don't encourage that.
Clinton either.
I don't encourage that. I think that we should be respecting the president no matter who he is.
You don't believe in free
Officially,
discourse.
Michael, it's humor for you, and Zerlina, you are highly offended by it.
I'm not highly offended. I just think you can make a better joke. If you're so funny, then make a smarter joke.
Michael, I'll give you the last word.
No, look, I'm not defending the joke at all, but once again, if bad jokes were punishment, Joe Biden would be a life prisoner right next to me.